Hello, tubers and tubettes. This is David in Northern California, and I love California. Today I'm going to talk about that last job that I signed up. It was with a customer that they were around $89,000 for their pool, and then they wanted to add solar, and they wanted to add a heater, gas line, pool cover, and then also a block wall around the pool equipment. So made out of cinder block and stucco coated to act as a sound barrier against where their master bedroom is. So went out there, got them signed up, but I was expecting to get signed up on 89,000, and it turned out to be 104. By the time they had all their discounts and things, and so that left me kind of frazzled because I had pre-filled out the contract thinking that that's all they wanted, and then they ended up adding all this extra stuff, which is not a problem, but my contracts were already set up, pre-written out for the 89. And then to make matters worse, I thought I always bring an extra contract with me just in case this happens. So there was just really a couple pages that needed to be redone. Me scribbling them out and initialing things and stuff like that, it looked a little sketchy. So very anal with the contract. I want everything to be right and not I mean, one or two is okay, but I might have had like 6 or 8 on the cover page, and so that's too many things. So I went out to my car and I looked in the trunk. Yeah, no extra contract. Looked in the back seat, no extra contract. I mean, I tore the car apart looking for that extra contract that I was sure that I brought, but could not find. So I went into the house, and the goal on that is to sign them up no matter what, even if it's a bunch of scribbly stuff on it. You can always go back and re-sign them up on the pages that you needed to do. So that's what I did, signed them up, and got in my car, started to drive away. I had to move my wife's blanket because I got her an electric blanket that you can plug into the cigarette lighter. I got it for 2 reasons. One, for her, definitely. But one, I thought if I ever do van life, it might be nice to have just an electric blanket. I think that would make a big difference on keeping yourself warm on a cold winter's night. And I didn't even know that they existed, that were connected to 12 volts. So it works really good. And if I were in a van at night, I probably would put it under me because heat rises, and that way it would keep me nice and comfy and warm. But anyway, as I moved her blanket around and was trying to fold it up, there was that extra contract. But it wasn't that big of a deal. I was going to meet with them the next Wednesday and actually have our job superintendent meet me also, and then go through the walkthrough so we could make sure that Rich understood everything that was going to be done. And it turned out to be a pretty good meeting. And Rich and the customers were saying how great I was, how they enjoyed me explaining all their questions and answering all this and that. And later I thought, man, I should have made a video about that. That would have been great. But the time is gone. It's past. I'm going to see them again on Wednesday when I'm going to redraw the pool up one more time. So this will be 3 times that I've drawn it. But I don't mind doing it. They signed up for a $104,000 pool. So if they want it, I offered it. I offered if they wanted to have it drawn exactly how we were going to build it, then I could do that. So it'll be 3rd time to draw that. But again, I really don't mind doing it. And then my goal in my mind was to bring that into the office Monday, and today is Monday. And I thought, well, I'll have to go out there and get another plot map signed this morning at 11. So I'll just bring all of this stuff in, when I get back into town. But my 11 o'clock needed to reschedule. He had had surgery on the previous Friday, so a week ago, and he still wasn't feeling up to par. So I said, it's not a problem. We're just trying to get a signature on a plot map. I've already submitted it for permits. So I said, look, we'll just set it up for next Monday at 11 o'clock again. And so one of the ladies, Denise, called me back just to kind of find out, make sure everything got submitted and everything was done right. And I said, no, it was. It's been submitted. And they're very, very anxious. She was saying, well, if we get the permit earlier, would we be able to dig it earlier? And I said, yes, we would. Because even though we're busy, we're not that busy that we can't get this thing dug for her. So I put down there 4 to 6 weeks to start, but it's possible we could get it in 4 weeks. So whenever we get it, we're ready to get going on it. And I know she's going to be happy because you start earlier, you finish earlier. So it's a pretty complex pool now that we're adding the solar and also the heater. So there'll be additional inspections required for gas lines and hookup for the heater. But it is nice to get another one signed up. Now I have 24 to go. I've signed up 6 for the year. I have 24 more to go. So hopefully we'll get some leads so I can get out there and get selling again. But in the meantime, I'm working on my YouTube stuff. I'm working on some silicone molding stuff I wanted to do. So I have things to do, and I'm going to continue to work through these items that I have to do, so that I can create some things that maybe I can sell. So anyway, thanks for looking. Thanks for letting me check in with you on the California Pool Designers channel. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Subscribe if you can, and I'll see you soon. Thank you much, and have a great day.